Hey, Fidelity. How can I remember to invest every month?
With the Fidelity app, you can choose a schedule and set up recurring investments in stocks and ETFs.
Oh, that sounds easier than I thought.
You got this.
Yeah, I do. Now, where did I put my keys?
You will find them where you left them.
Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
The all-new season of Futurama is streaming on Hulu.
That's great, but I have to warn you, it's completely brilliant.
The interplanetary hit is back.
The very survival of Earth is at stake. Is everybody okay? Is anybody hurt?
Nobody's okay. Everybody's hurt.
Watch the all-new season of Futurama.
That's the best damn show I ever saw.
New episodes Mondays, streaming only on Hulu.
Welcome. What is up, AFK fam? It's your boy Ninja, and man, do I have some stories for you. I just wrapped up an epic tour of the Detroit sports scene, and it was a wild ride. From throwing the first pitch out at the Tigers game to hanging out with the Lions at training camp, and even getting the VIP treatment with the Pistons and the Red Wings. Buckle up, because we're diving into all the behind-the-scenes action, unforgettable moments, and some seriously cool surprises. Let's go. All right, let's start out with the biggest and baddest and probably the coolest thing that happened during what I like to call the Detroit Gauntlet. So for those of you who don't know, this is your first time listening to the podcast, solo episode, whatever. I have a sports show with my two older brothers. It's something that we just do together because we love sports. We're passionate about it. And yeah, I mean, it's just honestly a way for us to potentially, do something we've never done before and honestly spend more time with one another. So it's a great wombo combo. And I've honestly just felt closer to my brothers since we started the sports show to begin with, because we're texting more, we're talking more, we're on calls at least once a week doing the sports show live. So it's been a really cool experience. And again, just super happy to spend as much time with my family as possible. But we obviously have great connections in Detroit. Shout out to my amazing assistant, Andre, who put this entire gauntlet together for us by reaching out to, all of these teams and finding out the right people to connect us with and planning, honestly, just the perfect day. So kind of going a little bit reverse here. So again, we did the Detroit Tigers pitch. I threw out the first pitch, and man, to step onto that mound and throw that first pitch out, like obviously it's a regular season game. The stadium wasn't loaded. Not a lot of teams are in the MLB, especially in the regular season. There's over 150 games, but I was still incredibly nervous. I walked out to Rumbling from Attack on Titan, so that was pretty dope. But they get you up there, and I mean, this guy's just like, all right, here we go, and we're going right now. I was like, what, we're going right now? He's like, we're going right now. He's like, don't step on the line. Like the line from third base to home. He's like, step over the line. Stepped over the line. He's like, don't throw it until I tell you. I'm like, I won't. He goes, don't throw it unless I tell you. I'm like, I won't. And I mean, this guy was obviously just being so strict because he didn't want, I don't know. I guess people mess up and they throw it when they're not ready and the cameras aren't ready and stuff. But lucky enough, I was able to, for 10 minutes, go down to where the pitchers on the actual Tigers team throw underground, under where the dugout is, and just throw some pitches on an actual mound. They have a mound there, and they have the actual distance from where the mound is to the home plate. So I knew exactly what my distance was going to be. They gave me the right way to hold the ball. I was lining up my fingers over the laces, I thought, a 2-lace fastball. I thought that's what I was supposed to do, and then they're supposed to go, no, you're supposed to go across it, right? So if the laces are going north, my fingers go east across of it, right? So I'm making an X almost. And once I started to do that, the ball became a lot more predictable to throw, and I was just going to try to send it. That was going to be my goal, right? So someone in my chat, when we were at the Lions practice, we did our sports show live from the Lions practice. Someone in my chat goes, throw an absolute piss missile down the middle. And I was like, I'm either going to, we're going to go viral for throwing a piss missile down the middle, or, it's going to be a wild pitch and hit the back of the cage and, something's happening, right? So I get up there and I just absolutely throw a piss missile down the middle, dude. Right in the catcher's mitt. It was amazing. The pitch went just as planned. Again, that extra 10 minutes that I had to warm up and figure out how I was going to throw it was perfect. Is exactly what I needed. So I'm really happy that they allowed me to do that. And the crowd's reaction was pumped. Everyone was lit. I faked. Another person in my chat while we were doing the Lions Sports Show was like, dude, you should fake like you injured your throwing arm and then go into a floss. And I did that too. And that was hilarious. Like, I'm glad I did that. I think I sold that very well also. And dude, all the players came up after, not all of them, but some of the players came up after. They were like, great pitch, man. Great pitch. I did the high knee, checked second base as well, which I think was hilarious that I was checking if there was somebody at second base stealing as a joke because, there's no one on those bases. But all in all, the whole experience was super lit, and super fun. It was incredible to be there. I definitely wouldn't have changed I wouldn't have changed a single thing. The pitch was perfect. Everything was perfect. The practice I had was perfect. And honestly, I was a little nervous, but I wasn't as nervous as I thought I was going to be. I thought I was going to be like crippling anxiety when I was walking to the mound. And it was just honestly good vibes and a lot of fun. Meeting a lot of the players, like Colt and those guys, everyone was just super nice. A couple people, were fans on the team that, watched the streams growing up. I say growing up because they're 20, right? They have a very young team, which is crazy to think that I'm this old man, right? Which is what it feels like. I'm 33 years old compared to these, 20-year-old players. Unfortunately, they also lost. They kind of got smoked, which sucks. It was also one of the fastest games, I think, of that entire series. I mean, you want to see, they were pop fly 3 and outs, 4 innings in a row. It was wild. So, all in all, incredible Detroit Tigers experience. I did an interview as well in the dugout with someone, and then also did a podcast interview as well with one of the old pitchers before the game. It was really cool. It was a great experience. The fans are great. I had a lot of fans there as well that came there just to see me, sign some stuff, sign some balls, sign some merch, and took some photos. So it was cool. It was cool. My brothers absolutely loved it.
The all-new season of Futurama is streaming on Hulu.
That's great.
But I have to warn you, it's completely brilliant.
The interplanetary hit is back.
The very survival of Earth is at stake. Is everybody okay? Is anybody hurt?
Nobody's okay. Everybody's hurt.
Watch the all-new season of Futurama.
That's the best damn show I ever saw.
New episodes Mondays, streaming only on Hulu.
Walmart Plus members save on meeting up with friends. Save on having them over for dinner with free delivery with no hidden fees or markups. That's groceries, plus napkins, plus that vegetable chopper to make things a bit easier. Plus, members save on gas to go meet them in their neck of the woods. Plus, when you're ready for the ultimate sign of friendship, start a show together with your included Paramount Plus subscription. Walmart Plus members save on this plus so much more. Start a 30-day free trial at walmartplus.com. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. See Walmart Plus terms and conditions.
All right, moving on to arguably, I can't tell which one was my favorite. Everything was so incredible. But moving on to the Lions training camp visit. All right, what was it like to experience an NFL training camp up close with the Lions? When I tell you guys that it was nothing like I could have ever imagined or dreamed of or expected, I mean it. It was sold out. I believe the very first time they opened up their training camp, they didn't have a limit. And I believe they said 10,000 people showed up. Anywhere between 10 to 15,000 people showed up. So they had to start limiting how many people were actually allowed in because they were not expecting the Detroit fans to show up like that. And it was just, it was slammed. I wasn't expecting it. In my head, I was expecting a couple people to be there, coaches, training staff, some writers and reporters for Detroit. And that was it. Right. And then like a couple people just that showed up and were watching. And it ended up being it felt like a preseason game. It felt like, it felt like the energy was crazy too. Like, Goff throwing a great catch or throwing a great pass, and Amon-Ra catching a ball, or, J-Mo getting a touchdown, like in practice, in training camp, like people were cheering. It was crazy. So the energy was out of this world. I was not expecting that. I really was expecting it to be like chill and low key. And it was like a whole thing. It almost felt like we were walking into a real game. So that was super amazing. And unfortunately, we couldn't talk with any of the coaches, but it's nothing that I didn't expect that. They're obviously there for one reason. They're not there to make sure I'm having a good time. Lucky enough that Jared Goff and Penei Sewell walked over to us when training camp ended. And they were able to shoot the shit with me and my bros for like a couple of minutes. I would say the highlight of the entire training camp, besides doing our sports show live from there, which went really well, but it was probably, on my sports show with my brothers, like one of the things that it's a hill that I'll die on. Like, I know that Jared Goff's weapon is his arm, his accuracy. He's a great quarterback, and he's great under pressure, and he's great in the pocket. However, one of my biggest, gripes with him is that he's not mobile. And allegedly he ran one of the fastest 40s for a quarterback in his rookie year. So I know he can be quick. And one of the things I kept saying is I want him to work on his speed. I want him to work on his speed. I want him to be able to have that threat of being able to scramble and extend plays, because, he would just be like, it's very difficult for defense to be able to go into a team that they're playing against when their quarterback has the ability to throw a bunch of piss missiles all over the field, but also has the threat like Patrick Mahomes or, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, right? People that can run and extend the play and scramble a little bit. So he comes up to us, at the end of practice, and one of the first things he says is, he goes, "Yeah, man, I've been working on my speed. I heard Ninja said I was a little slow." And we were dying. Like we were laughing so hard, right? It was just hilarious. Yeah, it was absolutely hilarious. And also when they were doing like a 2-minute drills, like, 2-minute red zone drills. And the very first play, Jared Goff scrambles for like 10 yards. And immediately, I'm like, I always say that John's the fanboy, right? He always like screams and is like, Dan Campbell, we're big fans. Dan Campbell, we love you. And I ended up being like, J-Mo, Jared Goff, let's go. So I thought that was really funny. How roles reversed a little bit that day. I was kind of giddy and really just amped to be there. But yeah, it was one of the funniest things was that he's like, "Yeah, Ninja said I was a little slow. I got to work on my speed, so that's what I've been doing." And then he literally ended up, scrambling for 10 yards the very first play. So I'm excited. I can't wait for the new season. I think they're going to absolutely dominate. Unfortunately, didn't get a chance to deliver a pump-up speech or kick a field goal to the squad. And I don't even know what I would have said if I was talking to the team. I feel like the team is in such a good spot right now. They don't need a pump-up speech, right? They just need to keep their heads down and be focused and get the job done. And that's exactly what I think they're doing. As for kicking a field goal, I also wasn't worried. I didn't have cleats on, and like I would have if I'm ever going to kick a field goal like appropriately, I'd like to be properly stretched out and also have proper cleats so I can really dig in there and not slip and like pull something, because that would be terrible. As for the intensity of the training and compared to like a gaming boot camp, I think that was something that they talked to me about, or at least I think I talked about this before, about like a training boot camp and comparing it to gaming. Like it's the intensity wise, I think it's more intense if you're a gamer. And the reason I say that is because like there's no reason not to go all out if you're a gamer, right? Whereas you have the threat of being injured if you're a player, like playing in the NFL. So that intensity is always, it shouldn't be 100%. It should be like 90 or 80. So that's definitely a little different. It's definitely more intense for gaming boot camp, right? You're going all out. You're absolutely sweating. You're picking your champions that you're going to pick if you're playing League of Legends, and you're really giving it your all. So Not the same again, but they definitely looked like they were trying. I mean, boy, the kickers, let me tell you, they were just, just sitting in the middle of the field, just kicking balls into some nets and completely being separated from the rest of the team. And it was, I don't know. It's funny to see, bro. It's funny to see because I think, Kurt Benkert and a lot of other people have talked about like how they really are just kind of like separated from the rest of the team, and the rest of they don't really hang out with them. They're not really in the huddles, and they're not really, bonding, right? They just sit with their kicking team and they just kick as many balls as possible. So yeah, I don't know. It was intense, but not as intense as I thought it was going to be.
We're going AFK with Ninja. What's he gonna say?
The all-new season of Futurama is streaming on Hulu.
That's great.
But I have to warn you, it's completely brilliant.
The interplanetary hit is back.
The very survival of Earth is at stake. Is everybody okay? Is anybody hurt?
Nobody's okay. Everybody's hurt.
Watch the all-new season of Futurama.
That's the best damn show I ever saw.
New episodes Mondays, streaming only on Hulu.
Walmart Plus members save on meeting up with friends. Save on having them over for dinner with free delivery with no hidden fees or markups. That's groceries, plus napkins, plus that vegetable chopper to make things a bit easier. Plus, members save on gas to go meet them in their neck of the woods. Plus, when you're ready for the ultimate sign of friendship, start a show together with your included Paramount Plus subscription. Walmart Plus members save on this plus so much more. Start a 30-day free trial at walmartplus.com. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. See Walmart Plus terms and conditions.
Shooting the sports show podcast, recording it in front of the Lions camp. I mean, dude, there were people that literally thought that we weren't even like, it was only a couple, but the people thought that we were like set up in my backyard, like on top of my on my balcony, right, with like a backdrop. And yeah, it was just ridiculous. Like we had to like take one of the cameras and show the field and let them know that it was real, which I thought was actually kind of cool because people, if someone doesn't believe that something's happening, that means that it's almost too cool to think that you can pull it off, right? Like I've had kids that get bullied because they say they know me, and if they don't have a picture with me, they'll literally get bullied in school. It's happened to some of my family's neighbors, and I end up having to go out of my way to take pictures with them, the next time I'm in town or around, so they stop getting bullied because people don't believe it. And that's as weird as that is. It's more sad than weird. So, but people thought hey, there's no way you're actually at Lions training camp. So to take the camera, turn it around, and show the fields and show the players in the background playing, it was super lit. Shout out to Jeremy, who's he's a writer for Detroit. As well for the Lions. So he was amazing. And he was our fourth guest on there. But it was super surreal, to be there and to finally do our first mobile sports show, have our mobile setup. Obviously there were some issues with the mic levels, but things that we'll definitely perfect and improve on, as we continue to do more and more of this stuff. Yeah, it was amazing. I definitely think that in the future, fans can also look forward to more special guest appearances from Lions in the future episodes, and just from people in the sports world in general. Obviously, I have a lot of fans out there who and supporters that are in the scene and retired as well, and that hopefully are willing to come on and be here and hop on for 10, 15 minutes and give us some some insight and advice. About the topics and things we're talking about, and it's definitely something we're going to be focusing on in the future. All right, next was the Pistons tour, man. The Pistons tour, the Pistons facilities were absolutely lit. The top two standout experiences from that were I hit a no-look three. It was dope. We recorded it. I think we posted it also, or at least I know the Pistons did. And then also they have a golf simulator for some of the players as well when they're just chilling in the off season. And I hit 2 perfect pure 7 irons back to back. That was lit. Those are the highlights. Other than that, dude, the training facility was great. None of the players were there, but that wasn't really a big issue. But yeah, we had lunch there. They had some amazing like fajitas set up for us. The courts were awesome. They showed us, they have like pools and jacuzzis and saunas, and we saw the workout room. So I was able to see the NBA 2K facility as well. So it was a super cool experience, top to bottom over there. I think I ended up working up the biggest sweat while I was there, because like we were hooping, dude. I mean, we were like properly hooping for a little bit. So that was really fun. And I haven't shot, I haven't been able to do that for quite some time. So that was really cool. And again, they were just super nice. It was super nice. It was awesome. And I think, it's very difficult for the Pistons to get worse this year. So I'm hoping that this is the start of their rebuild. All right, time for one of my favorite experiences, and this is a close number one. It's right up there, dude. It was it could potentially could have been a number one. I love skating. I like ice skating. I don't do it often, but when I do, I always love it. I love how cool it is, right? Like the coldness coming from the ice and the rink. And let's just say I went out there originally and did not have my skates on tight enough, and I was wobbly all over. It was not very fun. But then I came back and retightened up the skates, and it ended up being, I ended up being a lot better, right? Like skating was a lot better. I was able to actually, leave the side of the rink and not, be like relying on the glass. So that was really cool. And, shot some pucks, found out I'm left-handed when I'm shooting the puck, right, with the stick. So I got a left-handed stick, was able to hit some pretty nice shots. And honestly, I just want to give Matt, there's just an unfathomable amount of respect and props to any professional hockey player or any hockey player ever in the world. Just absolutely astounding to be able to compete at that level, to be able to skate at that level and have that control over the puck while you're doing that. And not to mention when you have people trying to literally take your head off in the rink. So that was probably, just an incredible experience. And I tip my hat to any professional NHL player. You guys are incredible. And keep it up, dude. And I'm excited for the season to start back up again. Let's talk about the Detroit City vibes for a bit, man. Outside of sports, what was my favorite part of the Detroit experience? Dude, I just love the people. I love the people. I love the players. I love the crowd. I love Detroit, dude. I do. There's something about that city. I don't know, like the nostalgia. It's just the nostalgia when I'm there. I don't know what John did and said to get me there mentally, like throughout the years of me being a Detroit fan. But I always have an incredible time when I'm in Michigan and when I'm in Detroit. I love that city. So it's just a vibe, dude. I just the energy. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible episode of AFK. From first pitches to locker room tours, it's been a blast sharing this Detroit sports journey with you. Be sure to like, share, and follow for more epic content. And until next time, keep on gaming and stay awesome.
It's AFK with Ninja. Ninja's got a show. It's AFK with Ninja, the best podcast in the world. AFK.
Reese's peanut butter cups are the greatest, but let me play devil's advocate here. Let's see. So, no, that's a good thing. That's definitely not a problem. Reese's, you did it. You stumped this charming devil.
Walmart Plus members save on meeting up with friends. Save on having them over for dinner with free delivery with no hidden fees or markups. That's groceries plus napkins plus that vegetable chopper to make things a bit easier. Plus, members save on gas to go meet them in their neck of the woods. Plus, when you're ready for the ultimate sign of friendship, start a show together with your included Paramount Plus subscription. Walmart Plus members save on this plus so much more. Start a 30-day free trial at walmartplus.com. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. See Walmart Plus terms and conditions.